I can't stand being too busy to do something that's important to me. Like this podcast right now is one of the best, like, besides just what I'm trying to build and grow with it, and like the community and audience, a fan base, all that stuff, a possible career, a future, take all that out of it. The therapy, the relaxation it gives me, the ease of mind. It's such a great just thing to do for yourself. If it's something you have any interest in, it really is. It's great. I'm just a significantly happier person all around since I started doing this podcast. And I hate when I'm too busy to work on it. Same thing with the blog. Writing is the most therapeutic, meditative, relaxing process in the world, probably more so than psychedelics by far. Nothing, I think, comes close to writing. So when I have to work too much to keep writing, I get really upset. That's about it. I just get upset. So the last week with the 4th of July, happy 4th of July, everybody, if that's something you celebrate. I know I get people who listen to this in other countries and things like that, and I just also know just how polarizing certain things and certain topics are right now, and certain people have their reasons for not wanting to celebrate certain days. So live your lives. But with the 4th of July in my life, it's very big, not because I celebrate it. I do. I got together with my mother and got to see her. I got to see my sister and my niece and nephew. The whole family got together. It was a nice little thing. But I deliver bread. And the 4th of July is the biggest cookout day of the year in the United States. So when I say I deliver bread for a company I don't want to say, but they sell a lot of buns. They sell a lot of hot dog and hamburger buns. So, I was very, very busy. Very busy this last week. Constantly working. Restocking shelves. Delivering product. It was a lot. So I was tired every day when I would come home and I would say, I need to record. I'm sorry, got caught on my own words there. Every time I would come home and say, I need to record the introduction to this episode of The Rabbit Hole, I would sit down, I'd get ready to do it, and I couldn't. I was too tired. I couldn't even think. I had no idea how I wanted to introduce my guest today. I was so just fucking exhausted from work. But what are you going to do? This podcast isn't paying my bills yet, and that's the real gravity of the situation. So I just had to keep pushing, and I had to keep putting it off. Writing too, putting it off. Until finally today I woke up, got ready for work. I went to work, and all day I was in a good mood. I was in a great mood, ready to come home and ready to record this introduction and get this episode out there. An episode I've been sitting on for a week. I recorded it immediately the day after posting my last episode and haven't been able to get it up. I've just been too busy and tired. So here we are. It's funny, though, that the reason I've been so busy and tired is work. Because at a previous job I had, that job I do actually mention quite often on this podcast, I met a lot of really interesting people. I met a lot of very, very interesting people. And we all worked together at this restaurant. And through a couple year process and adventure of working together, helping the owner develop this company and grow his idea, it was a small local business. And the fact that I was also kind of the drug dealer to the entire restaurant, we built a neat little family, some of us. And you hear me talk about some of them all often on the show with the guests. You've heard me talk about Brittany. I've introduced one of my brothers and one of my sisters that didn't work with me at the turkey shop. But you've heard me talk about Brittany, and you've heard me a million times talk about Caleb. Well, my guest today is my brother Ryan. He is the first genuine fan I had for this show, which was an amazing experience because, a little backstory there, I recorded the first episode and I posted it on all the platforms, and I put it on Snapchat and Instagram for all my friends to see, but I didn't, and I sent it to a bunch of people, but I didn't literally ask anybody minus the link. So the day after I posted the first episode, I went to Apple Podcasts and I scrolled down and I had a 5-star review. And I looked at it and it said, grabbed my attention immediately, captivating. I felt like I was in the room listening. And I was so happy, and then I went and I looked. And it was my brother Ryan that I didn't even ask to listen to the show. He just saw it on Snapchat and said, "Oh, Chris is doing something. I got to check that out." That's that kind of support that we need, you know what I mean? And it was such a rewarding experience. And every episode I drop, he's one of the first people to listen to it and tell me, "Fucking awesome, bro. I love it. Sounds like I'm literally in the room listening to you guys talk." Such a great experience. And he's supported me every step along the way. Me and him met a long time ago at this restaurant. It's actually crazy. We don't talk about it in the show, so I'll tell it now. The way we met is he had gotten some LSD from me a long time ago, back when that was something I still did. And I still do LSD. I don't acquire it for other people. You can find out about that in previous episodes. I'm not going to dwell on that every episode. It's explained, it's understood. But he had gotten some LSD from me years ago, and he went over to hang out with some friends while he was on it, and they all fell asleep. So I got him over to my house while I was awake. Actually, I was awake doing cocaine all night, which I don't do anymore. So haven't done it in a long time, actually. Very proud of myself. I was awake doing cocaine all night. I didn't work the next day, and he was tripping, and he didn't want to be by himself, so I got him over to my house. I did not drive. I had somebody sober do it. Let me just stop there. I was about to say something I shouldn't say about being intoxicated and driving. Don't ever drive under the influence of anything. We'll just leave it at that. But he came over to my house, and he spent the whole night over there just hanging out with me, playing video games, talking, bullshitting about life, getting to know each other. And later on, and he talks about in this episode wanting to be the hypothetical biggest drug lord type person. And, he became a very good friend, one of my customers at the time when I was selling. And we got very, very, very close. And now I don't work at this restaurant, and he's still family to me. We still talk. He's come so far. I've come so far. Our lives are not directly connected in any ways anymore, really. There's nothing day to day that says you guys need to see each other. But we still see each other all the time. We see each other every day. Not every day. We talk to each other every day. My bad. But we see each other all the time. We talk to each other every day, and we support each other constantly to keep doing better than we were doing years ago when we first met. And it's done nothing but benefit both of us. So when I say I have nothing but love for this human being, that's literally what it is. I have absolutely, positively nothing but love for this human being, like he is my own flesh and blood. And we will continue to have that and continue to grow and continue to do better every day. Look at where we've come from and where we are today. Like, nothing's going to stop this family we've built, all of us, from continuing to do better and never look back. That's what people should always do. I don't care what your struggle is, what your problem is. Everybody has them. Mine was drug dealing and drug use problems, drug abuse problems, legal problems. Other people's are true true addiction and to the point where they will steal and do whatever it takes to get high. So there's all kinds of problems that people have that they just need to keep doing better and never looking back. And as long as you can keep doing that and look at yourself and say, I'm doing better today than I did yesterday, nothing can really stop you. One day you'll look around and say, holy fucking shit, man. How the fuck did this happen? It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling, and I'm not sure I've really said it yet, like truly the way I'm talking right now, but I've had a couple of those moments where I really look around and I look at the situation I'm in today compared to where I was and the people I have around me and the way they've all grown, and I really do sometimes just holy fucking shit, man. How the fuck was any of this possible? Well, one of the people that definitely made it possible was Ryan, or Klack, and you will get to meet him today. He is one of the closest people in the world to me. He is, to me, literally one of my brothers, but I guess by definition, figuratively. But don't try to tell me otherwise. Don't try to tell him otherwise. My mother wouldn't even try to tell me otherwise. I would also really appreciate it if y'all would take the time to, down in the description, follow his Instagram, his SoundCloud, his YouTube profile. Go check out his reaction videos on YouTube. He has the most genuine and authentic reaction videos I've ever seen. As someone who is not the biggest fan of reaction videos, I will say that his are hilarious, absolutely hilarious, genuine. Him and his partner with him, Quan, they are a duo that is unrivaled with reaction videos to me. Rap music video reactions. They also do challenges and things like that. Hilarious. And I will have all of their links down below. Go check them out. Give them a follow, a subscribe, all that good stuff. Please support them. And with that said, let's get into the episode and let me introduce to y'all my little brother Ryan. Yeah. See, and then I just be chilling. I'll eventually just like cut the beginning off for whenever it's. That's usually what I do.
Right.
It's like we'll end up talking for a minute, and then I'll just end up cutting the beginning off right where I feel like the bitch starts well.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, it just like, and then I'll put my little intro before it, and I put my little hippie music in between, and then I just go.
I like that shit.
That was my mom's idea.
Word?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like some like Vietnam shit.
It's the song is White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. And it's actually about like psychedelic drugs. They performed at Woodstock. That actual song. So it's actually like, it's like the lyrics are like, one pill makes you larger, the other makes you small. And like it talks about like hookah smoking caterpillars. It's all about like Alice in Wonderland and shit like that. And then it's like all about doing psychedelics. It's just in the song is just so fitting. Plus it's called the White Rabbit song. And the rabbit hole.
Okay, facts. That's good.
I want to get a logo designed.
Okay.
Like a real logo, because that one I got off of like a free, like stock picture website, so I can just use that bitch.
Okay, yeah.
But I want something that's like a little more cartoony.
Yeah, I'm trying to find artists definitely to do some stuff like that. Get something for my channel as well. I need something done, you know what I'm saying?
Get the Klack
you know what I'm saying? And some nice letters and stuff like that.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I actually have not seen the latest reaction, but it popped up, and I went and I subscribed on the Rabbit Hole YouTube channel and liked it.
That's what I'm talking about,
I hit watch later, and I need to go back and watch that one. But
hey, man, I appreciate any support. Y'all, check it out, man. Klack ENT.
Yes, sir. We'll have
big Klack in the building.
And I'll do just like I did with anybody else who's been on here. I'll have like links and shit and little things. So everybody go down, check out Klack ENT, show some support. My man's got the most authentic and hilarious reaction videos on YouTube. Him and his boy be killing the game. Already been shouted out by 2 major artists.
Okay, man.
Yeah, killing the game.
Appreciate it, man.
That shit cold.
For real, man. Shout out to Quan too.
Yeah,
been doing that thing for a little bit. Reactions to challenges, man. But it's been a while, man. It's good to see you.
It really has. It's like it's crazy because like I be feeling bad because I'm the king of saying I need to get over and see so and so.
Oh no,
and then just
man.
never doing it.
You can't even say that about yourself, man, because it'd be happening to everybody else too. So they can, you know what I'm saying? Everybody had the same opportunity, thinking going through their head, talking about, yeah, I should have went over there and seen him.
I feel it. I feel it.
Everybody got shit going on, man.
That is one of the most
pandemic
awesome
shit.
That's one of the most awesome parts about this podcast is the I just get to call a homie up, somebody and just be like, yo, get the fuck over here. I want to chat with you today. I want to do that.
Natural shit. I swear, man. I was watching or listening at work, man, and I'm just like, I swear I'm in the room smoking a blunt in the back. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling.
It was you were the first real feeling of gratification from the show, because I was on what was this? See, there's the cat. There's the cat.
What you said, let me in.
I was on Apple Podcasts looking at it, and I saw the 5-star review, and I didn't even look at the name. I didn't look at anything. I read the review, and I had this awesome fucking moment of just and it was still awesome. It didn't matter after I saw the name. It was still awesome because it was just cool as shit, because I was like, oh, that's fucking lit. Yeah, somebody actually saw this shit. That I looked and it said Klack, and I was like, my boy, that's my fucking dude. This shit had me excited as fuck.
I listened to that shit. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. That shit. I swear you feel like you're right there with you when you listen to it, man.
You have definitely been one of the most awesome supporting people with the podcast. Since the first episode, you went listen to it without me really asking to listen to it. I just sent it out.
Right.
You went listen to it, and ever since then, every time you hit me up, you're like, "Yo, listen to the new episode just now. That shit hard, bro." That shit, I love it.
Yo, man, I swear I can learn shit from them, and you know what I'm saying. I learn about people that I don't really know, and I'm learning more about them. You know what I'm saying. And it's all really gotta be family, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna expand these branches.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, think about this. Let's see. What year did you start working at the turkey shop?
I think it was 2018, if I'm not mistaken. 2017, 2018, something like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it was about 2016 when I started working there. Okay. As I was saying, now most of us are not there anymore. No, as much as I'll never be able to go back.
Right.
At this point, no hate to the place, really. I'm just glad glad I've found better things for me. That's all it is. And I guess
great opportunities there, great experiences.
Made me thirsty.
It
was a job that made me thirsty.
Okay.
Because it was a job I went into and I said, I never want to have to do all this, and I appreciate the fact that people like you will open a business for me, Basil, so I can come work at it.
Mm-hmm.
And now look at me. I don't ever want to work for another human being if it's not me ever again, my dude. Facts. And I'm not there yet. But you want to talk about growth, about these branches.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
Everybody going on, bro. I gotta do great things.
That's the best part. They use that you were able to leave it behind, in a sense. You haven't had to be I gotta go back. You know what I'm saying? Feeling like you had to now we're gonna keep it rolling. We're making this shake. I ain't going back.
I promise you, always forward. Can't never look back no more, bro. I promise you, as long as I keep my eyes on the fucking road in front of me, I never stop going forward, bro. It's crazy.
No, for real though.
Every time
you've always been that I've been seeing is always improving in some sense. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a big leap or a smaller leap, you know what I'm saying? It's always progression of moving forward, and the mindset moving forward, expanding to more regions. And the help with those, they call them drugs, but shit, them things are life changing.
Really, actually, now that I think about it, it's crazy. You want to know what I actually haven't talked about too much on here?
What?
Everybody's talked a lot about, I guess I did last time talk about DMT, but that's one thing I haven't really talked too much about on here. Everybody be coming on here talking about acid, acid.
Yeah.
And it's I will say at the end of the day,
Ooh.
like that,
That's what I got to say about that DMT now. No.
it was, well, it was cool as fuck to sit there and just like person after person after person come to me and just be like, I only trust one person to help me like with this experience. And like, we just got to continuously watch people really, I don't know how to put it, but it's literally share an experience, even though nobody did something at the same time.
Right. But we were like feeling for that person.
Everybody shared the experience. Yeah. Like it was, and then like people would like draw pictures, show it to you, be like, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's it.
Facts.
People would say things about it and be like, that's it. I don't know why, but that's it.
I feel exactly what you're saying there.
It was crazy.
Yeah, you were basically like the shaman. For real though, you were walking people through it, and people were getting through it, man. Like everybody seemed like they had the same but totally different experience. Like if you like can get that in a sense, like
anybody who's done it will get it.
Right.
Anybody who's I feel like there's and I can't put my hand on it, but I feel like even people who've never done a drug, there's something out there, like even if they're an artist and they draw pictures, I feel like whatever that therapy is they get from drawing that picture is that same type of feeling. Like they can talk to another artist who draws, and it's like they don't draw the same thing, they're not inspired by the same things, they're not driven or motivated by the same like pulse,
right,
but they can still sit there and say, no, I get exactly what you mean. I get exactly what it's like when we get in the studio. Whenever we get in the studio and we record music, it's like our approach is different. You can freestyle your fucking life away.
Okay, right.
I can't. But like we can still sit there and talk about rapping.
Okay.
And it's like, I get what you mean, bro. I know exactly what you mean. I feel you.
Right, I'm feeling that vibe. I'm vibing off that too.
It's very therapeutic.
I'm relating to that.
It's like, because music is a whole drug for the listeners, for the performers, for the people who write.
Definitely. Got me through a lot of things itself. And that's crazy to say. Like, just listening to something can like make you relate so much, and you're just like, dude, you vibe so much off that sound and that vibe of the song. It feels like, even if it don't even really particularly relate to you in the direct words, like you get a sense of it. Like, okay, I feel you.
Because like even all of us, like we make the same style of music. We like to rap,
right.
But like we listen to different artists and are so driven by them in different ways. Like definitely. For example, like when you listen to Lil Durk, like nobody I know feels just uplifted when they listen to Durk. Like when you listen to Durk, nobody is uplifted when they listen to Gates. Like when Caleb listens to Gates.
Facts.
It's me with Polo. It's it just doesn't. It's just like, but we can all sit there and say, no, I get what you mean though. Because when I listen to that, when I listen to my bro, it gets me going, bro. I don't know what it is, but I feel that motherfucker.
Man, it'd be such a vibe, and just how crazy people can have a correlation with it. You're like, it's mind blowing, really. Like, I never thought about it as not a drug, but like something you can use to get you through it or help you get, you know what I'm saying, a little better with it, you know.
Well, like, cause I know, like, even like when I'll see you on Snap vibing out to the music,
right?
Like when I watch like videos like that, like you really are. It's like you, that camera
Yeah.
isn't really like you were vibing out like that, whether that camera was there or not.
Right.
You were already doing that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just like, it's really cool to watch that because it's like, like music really does all that for people.
Right.
Like in the same sense that even like a psychedelic drug can, because I know even like just like when I take like if I'm on acid or something like that and I listen to music,
Yeah.
like, I mean, that'll put me in a whole different state of mind with the music alone.
Right. Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah, you're right though, because they have you hearing sounds you didn't really hear quite as well. You know what I'm saying? That little in the back you didn't really quite hear. You're like,
Oh my God.
okay, I hear that.
I honestly didn't even really think about that. I swear to God, because I will be sitting there sometimes if I'm tripping listening to music going,
Right.
ad libs. I can't.
Okay.
I have a hard time hearing ad libs normally because I can't hear well as it is.
Right. I mean,
So it's like when I'm tripping,
you gotta
and
really catch them anyways though, because they be so like kind of like, oh shit, I missed that shit. I didn't even hear it.
I be watching people like Caleb and stuff like that. He listens to music. He only sings the ad libs half the time. It's like that's
Okay.
his favorite part of the fucking song.
Yeah. Right.
You know what's actually really crazy to think about is like, and I'm not the biggest Fate person,
Right.
because like I have a lot of goals, and to me like Fate is almost terrifying to someone who has plans, because it's the idea that my plans are irrelevant. You have a plan for me already, universe. Why do I even make plans?
Right.
But like when I look at all of us, me, you, Caleb, we all, it's crazy how everybody who came together at the same place once enjoys and clicked and bonded over the exact same things. Like even before the music, we all make music.
Right.
We knew each other for 2 years before we ever made music together.
Okay, right, yeah.
Like
Hell
it's just
yeah.
but it's like but we all were always doing that shit.
Right,
It's
yeah.
just it was just crazy the way that like everybody did the same shit. We just slowly got to pick this up about each other over time.
And it creates a bond and shit, man. Like that's just it was really crazy. Like didn't really think I'd meet so many different people and
And they're still
shit.
together.
I met my wife there. Like
That shit is awesome. When I
Like-
say, and it's crazy too that like I talk about Caleb all the time when I'm on the show,
Right.
and your wife is actually his sister.
Okay.
It's
facts.
like this is how close this
Intertwined
circle
we
is,
are.
and it's crazy that like me and you became our friends on our own, separate from like Caleb or any of
Yeah,
that.
right,
So it's
yeah.
like, and now you're married to his sister, and it's like the circle just keeps. It's like everybody was. It's crazy as shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is,
We
though.
have built the most ridiculous family I've ever seen, and it's fucking awesome.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Facts.
So
That shit's crazy.
I gotta ask about one particular event I remember very well in my life. I remember one time, this is back when I was living at Treetop,
Yeah.
and actually I was gonna trip this day. I think I did actually trip this day.
I think you might have, because you already.
I like how you know exactly where I'm going with this.
if I'm not mistaken.
But I remember I
It
was,
could've been,
I
I'm
think I
not
was
sure.
getting home, and I pulled into the apartment, and my phone goes off, and I see your name, and I just answer, and I go, "What's up, bro? How you doing?" And you were tripping,
Yeah.
and you were very overwhelmed, it sounded like. And I guess you called me because you knew I had experience with stuff like
Right.
that. And it's been a long time, and I hate to say that, as new as this story will be for anybody listening, we're almost probably refreshing me on it almost as much as they're learning about it, because it
Right,
did
right,
happen
right,
so
right,
long ago
right,
and so
right,
much
right.
happened. But
Right.
all I remember is you didn't really know what was going on, and you just wanted somebody to just to talk to you.
Okay.
And like, I'm not really like, as someone, I've had some really wild experiences, but I remember, and this is one of the reasons I want to ask about, is because I came to work the next day, and I was talking to somebody at work, and they said, Yeah, Ryan had a little bit of an intense trip last night. And you were just quiet. You were in the back prepping. Like, you were not even talking to nobody.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. As somebody who, like, I've never woken up the next day and been so holy shit by what happened the night before that I was a drastically different person that day.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy night that night. That night, it was about, I want to say probably my 5th trip off LSD. And all the trips before this were like a couple weeks span. You know what I'm saying? I was the first 4 trips before that, great. Had a great time, you know what I'm saying? Was playing the game, having fun, seeing all the colors. Didn't really see too many visuals. It was just more like everything was enhanced and all that good stuff. So it was really great experiences before then. And I can't say it wasn't it was definitely a devastating experience, but kind of in a good way though, you know. It wasn't too wild, but it was definitely kind of crazy, but everything was good till then. But that time I did that, it was the most I ever did. It was 2.5, I believe. And it was just, I did that and I went home, you know what I'm saying? It was just a bad vibe off rip, I think, because I was explaining to my roommates. I was like, yeah, I'm about to trip off some acid. And they're like, oh, we don't want that in the house or whatever. And it kind of got me panicked. And I was just like, you know what I'm saying? It's already in it. Like, it's nowhere in your house. It's already inside of me.
We can't take this back now.
Yeah, it's not like it's on me. Nobody can get a hold of it or anything. So it was like reassurance after that. And they were like, oh, okay. And I was like, but it was still kind of like a freak out moment. You know what I'm saying?
It does put you in your head. I feel that.
I went in the room and I was just like, all right, I need to come in here and chill. I'm thinking I'm going to be able to do like I did every other night. Play some 2K or play the game, just relax, you know, watch some videos or something. Man, I started playing 2K and it was like, I saw my guy go up for a layup about 5 times back to back. And I was like, whoa, I didn't ever experience this before. Then I tried to I started trying to do that. I was like, I can't even play this. Try to watch some TV, man. And then, you know, you had the audience laughing in the background after they say something funny or something like that. That shit was just like, I would hear it so much. It felt like I was like hearing it every time they talk. And I'm like, oh my God, what in the world?
I would start feeling like I was being laughed at.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it was kind of feeling like. I was like, bitch, no. I'm not liking that.
I had to turn my head because that laugh got me, bro. That was.
Hey, it was definitely like, yo,
bitch.
Yeah, for
that
real.
shit funny.
So I turned that off. And I was like, I just need to chill. So I was just like, paused it, and was like laying down, and that's when I really got like that full, what is it, the gyroscope or whatever, where you see just
kaleidoscope.
Was everywhere, and I was just like, oh my God, I ain't never seen that before. That was just crazy. I wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of times like when you hear me talk about fractals. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, like that's what I mean, because a lot of times, fractals usually like it's almost like a separation of like the light in space. It's like a tear where light almost pours out, and it creates that like kaleidoscopy effect. Right.
It's
like
you was just seeing
very vivid colors,
like if a mirror was broken or something like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was seeing that, and I really just got really in my head, and I never really had the supervision of somebody like to like tell me not to do that. You know what I'm saying? I never really thought to not get in my head like that. I was like, yo, I was like ready for it to just be over. Like, well, I didn't like what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Because it literally pulls you into your head. So it's like you have to. It usually takes some kind of like at this point, this little fucker meowing at the door. To me. Because he has been around since the start of my true psychedelic, I guess, journey, you could say. Because back when I was in high school, bro, I had no respect for these substances. Mm-hmm. Let's turn up, bro.
I just want to say that I definitely had no respect for
It's
the psychedelic drugs at all. Up to that point, never experienced them before that. So there was really no respect for them going up there. And it definitely was. And I definitely have a whole new profound respect for the things, you know.
I do feel that, bro. I do feel that.
But I didn't mean to interrupt you, my bad.
Oh no, you good deal thing. And the one thing I love about the podcast is like there's literally no off track, no bad way. It's just like, bro, people just be talking, bro. I was listening to Joe Rogan and a guest kept apologizing for getting off track, and he kept reassuring them there is no off track.
Okay.
And it was just like, it's so true, because that is, especially with this show, because the reason I called it The Rabbit Hole is it's more of a double entendre, because one thing
a little lost in here, buddy.
Not
like lost, but
a lot of like people will talk about psychedelics in a sense, like going down that rabbit hole. It's like seeing the peak of what is capable of these substances within your own mind and your own body. So True. It's like you'll start small and you'll keep building. You'll go down that rabbit hole to see where you go. The other reason I call it the rabbit hole is because it's like a black hole of conversation. We start here. And before you know it, the rabbit hole goes God knows where. So you never know exactly where we're at.
Okay.
But
true origins right there, man. I didn't even know that. That shit hard. That shit hard.
Appreciate it. But I will say that because back in high school, I didn't have a lot of respect for psychedelics, and he's been around since the beginning of my spirit. Morty's been around since the beginning of my spiritual psychedelic journey. So one thing I will say about him is he's a good what's called a totem for me. Totem is something that grounds me to this plane, this realm per se, in a I guess like a almost in just a psychedelic sense, because when you do close your eyes, you have this ability to go God knows where. So his meow, him purring, him coming up and laying next to me reminds me I'm still Chris. I'm on Earth. I'm here. This is just a drug experience at the end of the day. That
makes a whole lot of sense, because I definitely did not have something like that.
Because that's what Ruth was talking about, her first hard ego death. There's actually a clip on video of her where you can see her ego go away, and she just turns her face, her mouth opens, and she's just lost. The only thing that could bring her back and ground her was her mother. She had to call her mom, because even her friends around her that she's known forever, they couldn't ground her. So she had to have her mother.
That's what I had to have, man. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, nothing on this planet will ever, because I can carry on whole conversations with my mom when I'm tripping.
Okay.
It doesn't even faze me. It's almost like especially when I'm in the middle of an ego death, it's almost, it's very warm and comforting, because I have a hard time remembering a lot of what's me at this point in my life.
Right.
So when I hear her voice, it at least brings me home, per se.
Okay.
So it is, because I mean, it's like a newborn child. You know, when a newborn child hears their mother's voice, it doesn't matter. Their dad could have been around the whole time outside the womb. Nothing soothes a baby like their mother.
Okay, facts.
It's just, that'll happen our whole lives.
Right. That does make total sense, man. You're always gonna have that like natural sense, like that's what's holding me down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like you're always quick to like first look, like that's what you would honestly probably look for, man. But yeah, that night, man, after that, I started to have that vision, man. And I just got really paranoid and scared, like, I think after I called you or something. It might not would have been called you. It might have been a little bit later that night, I think. I might have called you after that. But I think I do remember, and you were kind of busy, and I was like, I wasn't trying to like. It felt like because the LSD feel like you saying stuff a certain tone, even though you're not saying it in a tone.
Trust me, I feel it. Because so you be sitting there thinking you coming at me.
I never felt like this before, bro. What'd you give me? And I didn't really even say it like that, but that's how I thought I said it, and I instantly was like, apologize. I was like, I didn't mean to say it like that or nothing, bro. I just freaked out a little bit. And I know he was just like, oh, this motherfucker's tripping his ass off.
That shit funny as hell. Well, it's just funny because I know, like, I was really bad at the time about telling people there was so much capability in these substances.
I mean, it's like
Especially at that time.
when you look at a typical, like, I mean, a drug dealer gonna sell you whatever, but
Correct.
I think you finally developed into that role after a little while, started to see me like as a little brother and shit. Like, was able to
Correct.
more able to openly talk
That
about
was-
shit without feeling like you're gonna.
That was
Who is this motherfucker? I don't really know you. You ain't
That
got no
was a-
trust right now. Like,
that was another thing I was definitely gonna say is like, because around that time it's like, especially if you don't know somebody and you don't have a bond. At this point in my life, I'm wilding.
oh yeah,
You know, so
I
it's
didn't
like
really even know you like that. I was
there's
just
that
like,
monetary
you work at the
thing
turkey
at
shop
this
with me,
point.
like.
Because one thing it's like crazy. I remember back then I used to be so crazy about telling people weird shit like about the family and how like the way LSD moved to get to us as people who would like distribute it at the time. And it was
Okay.
like all that was such lies because it just made it sound so good at the time. And me personally now when I look back on these experiences, I think to myself, like, that was as somebody who has such love now after all of this
Yeah.
for these substances, I sit back and I go, it was almost disrespectful to the drugs I love today to take advantage of them like that. And it's wild, but I did. So I was really bad. And this is me, I guess, kind of almost admitting this now to a lot of people. I was really bad in my marketing scheme as somebody who at the time sold drugs. So it's like, because I did definitely play that. These things they'll change your life, and it's crazy. You wouldn't believe the way it moves. Like, it's such great hippies. I love seeing the people. I love seeing. Hell no, this shit came from drug dealers. So it's like, and it was that way. And I can humbly say now that was a wrong way. But again, we've come a long way.
I mean, it wasn't even just you though. There was people there at the shop that, you know what I'm saying, would talk about it, but like not explain other shit that come with that. You know what I'm saying?
I do feel that.
They just
I
want to
do
talk
feel
about
that.
the good shit about it, and not like you can really get some good information on this shit, but it might affect you for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Depends on how you interpret it. You know.
I remember there was a whole period where I told people I would keep it in my wallet at all times because I felt like it would protect me. Yeah, I keep that shit in my wallet in case anybody ever wanted some. But it was like, so it was just like, it's just crazy to think back on this shit.
Right. What are they saying? It finds you. You don't find it.
Now that shit I believe. That shit
Okay. Hey, for real though, like I never went looking for this shit. It was always like
that shit was
there.
funny as fuck. Well, because it's like, well, and I guess what I'll say to elaborate on the it finds you, you don't find it, is anytime I've gone out of my way to try to find a psychedelic substance and I have succeeded, I have either gotten boof, as in not the right drug, or the experience has been a little negative. And I don't know what does that. I don't know if it's that adrenaline rushing mental state going into the experience that makes you just kind of overcharge. Who knows what it is.
Right,
or
right,
if
right,
maybe
right.
there's just this level of feeling like you disrespected this situation.
okay, makes sense.
But anytime I've done
Feeling shady, getting it, and then it's gonna make you feel like, damn, I'm shady, just trying this shit. Like I don't know what you know what I'm saying. Not coming from like your typical, you know what I'm saying, legit source or whatever.
Yeah,
per se, you know what I mean.
Correct. But so like when you sit there and you accept patience as a true virtue of life, and you wait for something that powerful, something that strong, something that life-changing to come across you, it does remove a lot of the energy surrounding it. Now it's just there. Do I want it? Do I not want it?
Okay.
There's no baggage to this. So like I guess when I say like it psychedelics find you, you don't find them. I guess it's don't rush or push things that aren't ready yet. Don't try to rush the future. Don't try to make things happen too fast.
That makes sense.
There's a time and a place for everything, and this universe does have an interesting way of putting these things in front of us.
Okay.
So it's like,
No, you're right about that, bro.
and that's everywhere. For example, go back on the meeting your wife type thing.
Okay.
Like it's just like the world had a very, very unique way of putting the proper people around you and putting you in the right situation to now have this family. And we've all complained in the past before life is kick-started.
Right.
We've been like, I just don't get why I can't have this shit. I don't get why I can't have this shit. We'll try and we'll try and we'll try and we'll try.
Right.
And we don't get it. And we get pissed off and we throw things out of whack. And then it's not until one day you finally just give up. You literally do give up and you're just like, man, fuck it. And you just start chilling.
Right.
And then all of a sudden shit just starts dropping. Okay. And it's crazy how that works. But it does happen that way.
Yeah, that shit's crazy because that shit kind of happened to me, man.
That shit is real. And I will say, like, it's crazy because I didn't really think about this until, like, having this conversation with you now. I constantly sit there, and I don't have regrets. I'm not a person of regrets. But I've even said, especially on, like, the episode when I was on acid, I talked about I went on this huge ramble about the drug dealing experience, and I talked about how I guess I really just like talked about, I really hit the negative of it real quick, and I was just grateful it was over. I was just grateful it was over, and I had this moment where I was like, I'm so glad that now I could just sit here and just chase my dreams and enjoy my passions.
Okay.
But like, when I say nothing in my life put the people and the things, all the resources I use today to make my artistic dream hopefully come true, I met because of that experience. That's crazy to me.
Facts.
And that shit is between the turkey shop and trapping. Like every resource I use to this day is here. That shit is crazy. And if there's anything in the world I don't want anymore, it's fucking crime.
Okay, right.
But I want all these people. And I want all of this stuff still around me. And it's like I was even telling someone the other day, like, and I didn't even use your name because she doesn't really know you. But I was like, most of the people who have known me forever have not taken the time to get to know me like John or Caleb have. And it's like, you're another one of those people that I would throw in that group. Right. Like those people that I met realistically because of either the turkey shop or the fact I was trapping. They have actually appreciated me, and I've been able to appreciate them way more than the friends I've had forever do. Like, and that shit is crazy.
Yeah, that was like some Destiny shit or something. Like,
and that's back on that fate shit I was talking about earlier. Like, it's a scary concept, LSD. But I can't help but feel like because it's like to take the term, a lot of people use the term soulmate to describe the love of their life. But when I say like every single one of you I feel are supposed to be in my life. I feel this within my soul. Like, y'all are supposed to be in my life. Right. Like that's, to me, that's the same idea. It doesn't have to be this love of my life type shit. It's like all of us were destined to be here in some way. I don't know what force makes this happen, because like I said, I'm not a Christian. Okay. I read that book, and I don't think that's the 100% correct answer. But we were supposed to meet each other, all of us.
I can totally feel you on that, man. I don't know about all that religion shit, but I just know somebody had to make this shit. You know what I'm saying? And somebody created this. It's no one just here. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like
that's just me, though.
Correct.
You know?
Like, I got over all these books. I got some Wicca books and stuff like that about like Wicca, like it's it's witchcraft, but I don't. A lot of people take that word and they want to run with it, but it's
Okay.
more it's pagan traditions is what it is. It's a pagan religion and like belief system.
Mm.
And it's not what I believe. It's not a religion I adhere to. It's just another version of spirituality I want to understand. So I'm reading books about it right now. And what was the point I was trying to make before I explained exactly what the fuck it was? Oh, one thing that they really adhere to is that whatever the actual like the actual god or goddess is,
Yeah.
they believe in a god and a goddess, and they everything kind of splits down from there, and there's various deities that regulate different aspects of life.
Okay.
But whatever they are is beyond our understanding. And that is one thing I really believe is like if you sat there, it's like look at every object or thing we've ever created out of thin air. It doesn't really, it's not like we create crazy mythical beings all the time
Right.
and draw them on paper, put them in comic books. They look nothing like us. They're fantasy like. So in my head, like whatever created us created something in that same degree.
Okay.
It's something that was just like, this is cool to me, and we're nothing like it. We will never be able to understand it. Like that's not possible. But they did make this somehow, some way, even if we're just an atom on another being's hair follicle. Like it doesn't matter, and that's what our universe is. But
Okay,
who knows?
right.
Or a video game simulation.
Okay,
Who the
right.
fuck knows? But whatever it is, we could never understand it.
Nah, I feel like if you were to understand it, it'd be too much for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what they say.
Like you couldn't be able to like comprehend, or even if you could, you couldn't be able to like handle it. You know what I'm saying? Just be too much. Like
Because it's
even if you combust or spontaneously combust after knowing it, like it's just too much. I feel like.
it's like everything that I feel like everything that would regulate a deity's existence or the realm it lives in is nothing like what regulates ours. Like take physics and biology and chemistry, for example. It's like when we play World of Warcraft and loot drops. It's like in our world, if you go kill an animal, you know exactly what's going to be on the ground, 100%. But
right.
if we go play World of Warcraft,
Yeah.
every time we kill something, they roll a imaginary dice, and it decides what falls on the ground.
Right.
And that's something that in this realm of existence is beyond our comprehension because that doesn't work this fucking way here.
Okay, right.
So it's like it's that kind of thing. Who knows what regulates things in the next highest realm?
Okay, facts.
But it's like it could be that drastically different. Everything, all the way down to the fact that like look at what orcs look like in World of Warcraft. Like they're humanoids, but they don't look like us.
You think that's like DMT land, or whatever you want to call where you're going?
I would like
You
to
can't even call it land. I mean, I feel like it's
DMT
right
space.
here.
Yeah, DMT space is usually the word I hear.
Okay.
But I would like to believe that whatever that realm is the source of our signal of consciousness. I would like to believe that because it is a very I'm an antenna, and when the DMT kicks in, that ringing noise is almost like my signal's been disrupted, and then all of a sudden I'm there, and now I'm reconnecting. And it is what it feels like. And I don't know if that's true. I might just be
Right.
batshit fucking crazy. But
Who knows what that shit is?
but again, like it kills me that
I don't think I actually got all the way there
I feel that
on my trip. That I like blew it out or whatever, and I started to see the crystallization. I like closed my eyes, and I feel like I was like on the way there. You know what I'm saying? I was on the roller coaster waiting room or some shit. Like I was just going through, and before like I got to my destination, like my trip was over.
I feel that
I'm ready to do that shit again, but I don't know if I'm ready. You know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I've been thinking about it lately, though. I've been watching a couple of videos, piqued my interest again.
I feel it.
You know, it's been a while. I've had some improvement since my first one, you know.
I do feel
Mentally and life in general just been getting a little better. You know what I'm saying? Been moving, getting shit right. New job coming, you know. Start Terminex this week.
life's exciting. That's what I'm talking about. Just keep
You know
on
what I'm saying?
going.
Just trying to keep grinding, but I feel like I might be able to answer some new questions or open some new ones.
I feel that. Trust. It's actually crazy that you say that, because one of the reasons I have been contemplating another DMT experience is because like I do read about people who talk about doing DMT regularly, like multiple times a year or more than that, and it's like I I respect their decision to do that, but it's not my. That's acid for me. That's acid for me.
Right.
Acid is my going to church.
Okay.
DMT is my. It's like being baptized type shit, like or confirmation. It's whatever that equivalent would be. It's whatever a very rare ceremony is within religion. That's my DMT. So it's like, but the first time I did it, I was overwhelmed by the experience, because I knew the whole time when I went to DMT space, I knew it was real. And that's what fucked me up. So, because as I felt it coming on, I knew everything happening was actually happening. It wasn't necessarily just purely a drug experience. I knew it was a heightened level of sensation. So I got overwhelmed and I didn't like it at first. And I started going and I fought it. And I decided not now. And then I came back and I remember looking at Caleb and Don and I said, I don't like this. And the reason I didn't like it is because it was, like I said earlier, it was literally shattering my whole world.
Okay.
I was seeing things that were real that I've never seen before. And I knew they were real, and it was like being visited by a higher being almost. Then, like I said, I went into DMT knowing God didn't exist. So that was fucked up to me. So I was so overwhelmed that whole time. And then as the hallucinations, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, because a hallucination to me is not real, and that was.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it, started going away, it was upsetting. It hurt me that I couldn't see it anymore. And I wanted so bad. I remember sitting on my couch writing in my journal that night after everybody left the apartment. And, well, it's Don and Caleb. There's just two people.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting on the couch writing about how real everything was, and just how I didn't know what to think. So much so that I called my mother to tell her, again, that mother feeling is I needed to talk to the most comforting thing in the world about my world being shattered. But all I wanted to do was see the shit again. Because it was like, it was home. It was beautiful. It was love. It was comforting. And I just wanted to see it again.
Okay.
So I did DMT for the second time, the one that the police have the video of.
Okay.
And I remember it coming on, and I was ready this time. I wanted to let it take me into DMT space. But once it came on, I remembered and kept my eyes open, because I started seeing the shit coming back. The shit started coming back that disappeared the first time. And once it started coming back, I was so happy. I was so excited to see it again, because it was exactly the same.
Okay.
It was all the same, and it was there, and it was real again, and I was just so fucking happy that this was happening again, and I was confirmed, I was reassured that I was not just batshit crazy, or maybe I am, but fuck it. But it was so reassuring that my adrenaline started kicking so much that I didn't even go to DMT space. I didn't go anywhere. I stood up and started walking around, trying to be a part of everything.
Lit. Okay.
And it's like, if anybody remembers when they saw the video, I stood up and started spinning around. I was all over my apartment.
Oh shit.
Like, I was walking around, because it was just like, I was so fucking exhilarated by the fact it was all back.
Oh shit.
It was all back. And that was the last time I did DMT. I've only done this drug twice.
I've
And
never heard of an open-eyed experience, so that's crazy.
bro, I was going.
That's
I was
wild. I wonder
going.
what that
I
made me
was
wonder what you were seeing around. Like, that's crazy.
so it was just like I was so. It's actually crazy because I saw somebody make a fully animated like thing of like some like it's like a yoga god, I think it's like an elephant god and stuff like
Mm.
that. And the video they made was like, this is what I feel like I saw when I went out on DMT. And when I look at it, it literally looks like just a more polished version
Mm.
of the purple wave with the face my friend Jono drew. I mean, when you look at them, they're both so reminiscent of each other.
Mm.
It's crazy.
Okay. There's so many damn entities and creatures in there, though. It's like, whatever you call them, you know. But there's just so many of them. I remember I just seen so many different kind of shapes and faces. It got scary for a minute. I had to open my eyes and I closed them again, and I was like, it's not that scary. But it was like, it felt like it was pitch black, but I was going through like a roller coaster of rainbow colors and shapes and shit. Like I want to get to the door and at least like, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's crazy. It seems like Joe Rogan's done like, he says he is, at least done over like 100, 150 times, you know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. Holy shit, son.
And that does blow my mind because like I could see it. Like I could definitely, as somebody who's done LSD as many times as I have, I mean, I've definitely done LSD over 100 times.
Right.
So it's like, as somebody who's, and it kills me to think that back in high school there was this whole rumor that if you do LSD over 7 times you're considered legally insane and there's certain like mental repercussions you can never come back from. Oh, bullshit.
Okay.
Like bull fucking shit. Like I promise you, like that's wild to me. Like when I say I've definitely done LSD over 100 times, like definitely. So it's like that's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
as someone who's done LSD that much, it's still DMT to me is LSD helps me with my brain, which my brain is a very rough thing for me. It's very stimulating. It's always going. I don't even sleep well because I think so much and so rapidly. LSD definitely helps it stay calm, even days after the experience, in a therapeutic, meditative way.
That's why there needs to be more research done on this because, you know,
I do agree with you 100%.
like we can be using this for helping people that are really like mentally troubled, you know, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But we haven't researched it, so how do we fucking know?
Because here's one thing I will say, and then as somebody who definitely has clinically bad ADHD, like any of you who know me can see this.
What they call ADHD.
You correct.
Yeah,
I'm not
saying.
It's correct. It's not whatever they consider ADHD to be. To me, it's not a problem because it is so much of who I am and my personality. Like,
Right.
like even when I used to be very bad on Adderall, like it changed my personality so much that I could walk into work and you would immediately know I had taken Adderall that day.
That
Because
should turn you into a fucking zombie, dude.
correct. And I'm very personality. Like there's a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's LSD, even microdosing it doesn't fix the ADHD at all. It doesn't make me be able to necessarily focus better. But I will say, for some reason, it finds a unique way to make me channel it better. So it's like,
Okay.
I'm trying to think of how to put this. Like, because I could be at work and I'm gonna still ramble. I'm gonna still talk. I'm gonna get off track. But how do I, I'm at least going to, I'm going to find something therapeutic, beneficial, or otherwise constructive to do with my thoughts, at least, instead of sitting there and shutting myself down for the sake of productivity. If anything, microdosing will sit there and try to understand, recognize, and better channel the energy that I have going on instead of trying to shut it off for the sake of productivity. And also destroying a huge part of life, which is being happy.
Right.
Because Adderall definitely shuts that off. So it's like, it doesn't get rid of my ADHD. It helps me accept it and at least take control enough to cope with it.
Okay.
And
Shit.
yeah, because it's like, I don't know.
That's
like,
cool though. Like,
everybody has problems, and everybody has different mental hurdles they have to deal with. Whether it's anxiety, getting easily frustrated, anger problems, whatever it is. But to sit here and say the proper solution is a drug that eliminates the ability to feel that way, is, to me, batshit crazy.
I can feel you on that.
And I've thoroughly enjoyed Adderall in my life and the things it's helped me do. But I definitely, now I don't think I could ever appreciate it ever again. For those reasons.
Shit, that's something you just had to experience, though, maybe, just to show you that it wasn't needed,
I feel that. It really wasn't. But I will say, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing to say that shutting off the emotion during things like probation was helpful. But I don't know if it actually helped me deal with any problems. It might have just helped me stomach them for a minute so I could do some things that were harder to do while I was thinking about them.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been a wild ride for the last 4 or 5 years. I will say that.
Okay, man. Shit. I know you, 2 years now?
No, it's longer than that.
Nah, yeah, longer than that.
No,
3?
I actually think we...
I know you a little bit longer than Anna, because she started working there.
Because it's actually crazy. I've known...
And we're about to be on our 3 years in October, so...
Yeah, so I've 3 to 4 years.
Shit been a while, son.
That's crazy.
You done been through his shit.
I was thinking about this earlier, and I just got to hit this one real quick because this is a point that I have to throw out there. Because I was thinking about this earlier when I was driving around with Caleb, when we were working, and I was like, "What is one of the?" Yeah, I was like, "What is one of the?" I was like, "What is something I can really say about Ryan that really just like?" And I was thinking about it, and I was about as much as. When we were born basically around the same day, just different years.
Right.
And
New Year's Eve, baby, right here, 31st.
30th right here.
You know what I'm saying? Just right beside each other.
Different years.
Yeah.
We want so much of similar things out of life. But one thing I will say about you, which I have to absolutely respect to the core, is every time if we've been in the same situation, say like even if I was doing something wild out here and you was doing something wild out here, every time you had a decision put in front of you, should I pick this or keep going the way I'm going, you've always made the decision to change. And it's done nothing but make you a better person along the way, all the way down to the fact that you're sitting here with a wife and a baby now and everything. And all of that is a product of making good decisions when you were potentially making reckless ones at one time.
Right.
And that's when I say growth. Come on, my dude.
That,
yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Real,
that's beautiful right there. I swear to God, that is.
Came a long way, dude. I was trying to do dumb shit, trying to be the drug lord or whatever you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be the most. And
that life be appealing as fuck, but it's like...
I mean, I think it really just got misconstrued with the, you know what I'm saying, social media, TV. I mean, even watching rappers, you know, at the time. But I quit letting that shit try to control my lifestyle, you know. But I feel like that really kind of came with the psychedelics in a sense too, because I never really wanted to make certain decisions till like I really had that bad trip where it like showed me like keep going down this path, wanting to fuck around, because that was before I got with Anna, my wife, and started to actually get back on a better track.
Because I can even remember moments at the turkey shop where you, someone who came in, like your first day at the turkey shop, like I remember I did your paperwork. I let you in the front door.
Yeah,
I did your paperwork.
Like, hell yeah, you're like, boss, maybe here in a minute.
So somebody who came in and trained you at the turkey shop, I remember the days downtown before Bordeaux opened, the third store, that when you would look at me and get on me like nah, bro, what the fuck? Like, not, you chill the fuck out like this, because you doing too much. And it's like all the way down to just like that's a significantly more, that's a long way from the days of, I hate to just throw your business out here, but the mic's hard and the cup.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a long way from that.
Right.
So
definitely.
It's like, and you're sitting there telling the dude who trained you and did your paperwork on day one, you're cutting the fuck up more than you need to cut the fuck up. And it's just like, so it's just like, it's a long way right there. That's man, progress.
I never really even like saw I mean, this shit was crazy to say it, but never really even saw the potential in myself. You know, it took a lot of people to show the potential support my potential I had, you know.
I will say you work like
though.
A monster, bro. You work like a monster, and I hate saying it too, because you walked in the door and my first words, as fucked up as it is like, I didn't think you were gonna work out. And when I say, my dude, like, you will run circles around people in this fucking world. Like, it's like that. So it's like, bruh, and
Appreciate
it's
that,
below
boy.
Expectations for the rest of your life, my dude. Because it's like, bro, I swear to you, you will run circles around people.
Man,
bro came back from jail after a 30-day sentence. He had worked with you like 2 days.
Oh yeah, Caleb
comes back and he go, yeah, Caleb come back and he go, bro, Ryan doing the thing, like he'll fuck us all up if we give him the chance. Like, it was just like, it was real. It was like, bro, I don't know what it was, and when you came in there, I don't know what was going on with your life before you walked in those doors, but you came in those doors ready to do some shit. Man. And that shit was raw.
It was a long time. That was before I didn't touch any psychedelics before I walked in the turkey shop. Yeah. Go ahead and put that out there.
I will say back then, I was a lot of people's introduction, bro. That turkey shop tried psychedelics because of my ass. Okay. It was crazy.
Man, but I was going through a rough point, man. I ended up spending like a year. Supposed to go in the army, didn't go with that. Got like kind of like through a little, not really depressed, but like, I was like, man, what the fuck I want to do? I don't really want to do shit, you know what I'm saying? Didn't work for like a year after I had already graduated and shit, so I was just chilling, but I started to, I made a couple moves, had a couple jobs, and I was like, let me get one. Turkey shop called me the same day I put the app in. It was crazy. It was just like, put the app in, like 2 hours later, got a call for the interview the next day. I was like, it's got to be the one, man. I'm about to go hard. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Yay, bro. You did too.
I know that I could really make as much as I did there. I mean, it wasn't a lot. You know what I'm saying? But it was more than I ever was introduced to. You know what I'm saying?
That job
was the most for me, you know.
And it did exactly what it needed to do for all of us. Right. It was crazy. It's crazy that for a job, when I walked out the doors, I resented a lot about it. It did everything I needed it to do.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. You got me where I'm at today. Shit.
That shit crazy.
Shout out to him, man.
Shout out. I swear to God. I do swear.
I ain't got no hate for you, buddy. I'm mad you took my Philly and quesadillas away.
Yo, bro. I've had people come to me and ask me about the Philly. Like, what you doing, bro?
Facts.
That shit. He took the barbecue off, too.
Right. I was like,
I got a gallon of the barbecue sauce down in the fridge. I went in one day with John, got lunch.
Okay.
And Chelsea gave me a whole thing of the barbecue sauce.
Turd. Damn.
That
Won't
shit
make
was
this no more.
funny, bro. That
I'll
shit
take that.
fucking hilarious. All right, well, I guess I gotta start. We had an hour and 1 minute.
All right, man.
That shit be happening fast, man.
That was definitely a good one. I can't wait, but go back and listen to this shit, man.
I swear to God, it's cool because like at first I was sitting here, random little thought before I wrap up. I was sitting here thinking when I started, like I'm gonna run out of guests, and then I realized real quick, as long as I can keep the great people close by, I'll never run out of guests. Because when I say you can have the same person on so many times, and it's always gonna be great.
Oh yeah,
it's always gonna be
definitely.
great because it's like I said, eventually the psychedelic thing that's the pulse for it, but it's like.
It's gonna go by the main topic forever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like eventually it'll just go places. I want to start talking to people who've never done psychedelics and do yoga.
Okay, facts. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
like Buddhist people, like I don't care, spiritual experts. Like
definitely,
it's just like fuck it, man.
Have some real people that's done some crazy influential shit out here. You know what I'm saying? That would be awesome, dude.
And it's crazy that for a couple years I started, and no disrespect to rap music at all, because it's one of my it is probably my favorite genre of music now, weirdly enough, for somebody who used to not like it very much, used to almost talk down on it. I found an amazing love in rap music that I'm gonna have forever.
Facts.
But what the fuck was I about to say before I had to hold that down before I started hitting something about rap. Oh, for a couple years, I really I pulled most of my influence from hip hop alone. And because it was very therapeutic with a lot of the problems I was dealing with in life.
Yeah.
And now that I've gotten past that hurdle and I start looking back at a lot of the places I used to pull influence and inspiration from back in the day, just like you said, I used to that hippy dippy mentality fell off for a while,
right,
and it's coming back real strong. That was a byproduct of the influences and the things I really enjoyed and loved out of life, and the things that were inspiring me. And I really appreciate that now. I'm able to look back at the world and for some reason, I don't see hip-hop as my only form of inspiration and influence. I'm able to look at the world and say, I love all this shit.
Okay, fact.
And that shit is, I don't know what happened, but I don't need to know right now. I'll figure out over time what happened to my mind for a few years. Who the fuck knows? But
okay,
ain't gonna dwell on it.
Facts, man.
Facts, dude.
Well, I appreciate you having me on, man. For real, though.
Oh yeah, bro. We gonna do it again. We definitely gonna do it again. Because I know you, like I said, my biggest fucking fan right here. Again. My biggest fucking fan right here, y'all. I promise you. This is my bro. I love this motherfucker, y'all.
Let's get it, man. We're gonna have more on the way, man.
But
y'all check my boy out.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all subscribe.
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna have my boy Klack ENT down in the description.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Put his Instagram, his YouTube channel, all that shit down there.
Hell yeah, man. Come check us out. We got reactions, challenges, man. Shit funny as hell.
Funny as hell. The funniest. You hear that laugh? Come on, man. The man funny. But
I appreciate y'all listening too, man. Y'all have a good one.
With that said, if you're watching on YouTube, I don't know. I've been falling off on the YouTube, but I still hit it every time just in case I get the videos going. Of course, I haven't been recording video the last few times. I don't know why. But if y'all listening on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, let me know all that good stuff, what you like, what you didn't like. If you're listening to it as a podcast, make sure you hit the follow, subscribe button. You'll be notified every time I drop a new episode. Check out my in the description, I'll have my social media. I'll have Klack social media, and I'll have my website with my blog and all my poetry and all my original content on it. It's like a good little art gallery for Chris there, so go check that out. I got a lot of different stuff out there. Podcast might not be your favorite thing. You might love the poetry, you might really love the blog. I got a lot going on. I got a lot to say, so I really appreciate y'all. Go check that out, and I will see y'all next time. Y'all have a good one. Yes, sir. I'm getting good at this.
Hell yeah, bro. Kill that shit.